Hi, this is Sudarshan of StarshineStar. I just threw some cards down a few minutes ago for my own curiosity. I was wondering about the semi-weak looking red wave that happened during the midterms, and I wanted to delve a little deeper into that situation. So these are the cards I got. What I did was the top row, the top four are the cards that are really showing the situation, the answer to my question, and then they're clarified in the second and third rows. So as you can see, it's the Death in reverse, the Tower, the Devil, and the Five of Pentacles. So I was surprised to see that. I was really surprised. I thought, let me get some clarification on this. So let me just start with the first row with the Death in reverse. That really means a big resistance to transformation or change. So I think that's what's going on a lot of the collective. And as we can see with a lot of people just trying to pack it in now, a lot of patriots saying, that's it, I'm done. It's been too long and it's not working out very well and I feel very disappointed and let down, etc., etc. So I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that it's being clarified by the King of Pentacles, which to me, yes, it does feel like President Trump there, or at least a collective image of a leader, or what we hold President Trump to be, those that do. And underneath that, clarified by the Six of Swords in reverse. So when I look at that, I see that there's a resistance to a really powerful transformation. There's a kind of a digging in the heels and not wanting to let what needs to transform, indirectly linking with either the actual President Trump or our images or visions of President Trump or a leader that we feel, that we really need. And underneath that, the Six of Swords in reverse is talking about a stuckness, not wanting to move on from a bad situation, just another digging of the heels. And so I was really surprised to see this, and I was really wanting to look at some more cards to get a more clarity on that. So when we see the Tower, that's a really big change that really needs to happen. It's very necessary. It's ordered by the divine, and it needs to happen. And that's clarified by Judgment in reverse, which is then clarified by Five of Swords in reverse. So when I see that, once again, there's like a big change. There's something that needs to crumble, something that needs to come down. But what's clarifying it is Judgment in reverse, which means that there are lessons that the universe wants us to learn that we're, as a collective, not learning fully yet. There's just a resistance there, a stuckness. It's a lot not really flowing, and that's clarified by when you see the Five of Swords in reverse. That's referring to, yes, a willingness to let go of conflict, a desire to let go of conflict, but it could also be that there's some residual bitterness there for the battles that we've been engaged in and what has occurred. And there's still maybe a holding on, which I think is more accurate looking at the other cards, a bitterness holding on there that's stopping up the necessary crumbling of something that needs to go, an edifice, a belief system, way of life, like that. And then as we look at the Devil, which is all about temptation, it's all about being stuck in negativity or just being stuck in our addictions, our bad habits, our negative views of ourselves or life of others. And that's clarified by the Page of Pentacles. And then that's further clarified by the Page of Cups in reverse. So again, I look at this and I think when I look at the Page of Pentacles, it's like something new that wants to be brought in. The page is very eager. He's also a messenger. It's very eager, wants to bring something forth, wants to manifest something into reality. But he's a slow mover. He's not a fast mover. So as eager as he is, he's not really bringing it forth as fast. And I would say maybe as fast as our collective Patriot Collective is wanting to happen, because that's clarified by Page of Cups in reverse, which, again, the Pages of Cups is very, in the upright position, very fresh, very inspirational, very inspired. The cup is like the heart, full of love, emotion, and speaking to the fish in the cup, is like talking to the divine, tapping into our intuition, our inner guidance, our inner knowledge. So when it's in reverse, there is a not listening to our intuition, or maybe even a type of immaturity there, kind of like a throwing a little temper tantrum, stomping at the feet, that, not getting your way. There's a level of maybe a little bit of soul immaturity there. And I'm speaking about the collective. So once again, I was surprised to see these cards, but I think this could be, really pointing to something here, given that the last card that we see is on top is the Five of Pentacles. And as you can see, it's about feeling left out in the cold, a lot of misery, feeling abandoned, feeling, just really miserable. And that's clarified by the Ace of Wands and further clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. So again, I see there's like a misery linking to the Ace of Wands is all about creativity. It's like a huge yes. It's like, yes, create. It's full of inspiration. The wands are fire, like divine passion and creativity, and just a huge yes to go ahead. So I feel like that's with the Eight of Pentacles there. Further clarifying, I feel that it's like a misery, a feeling of just sadness and just feeling just let down and left out and shut out of what the collective really wanted to create, like in a really powerful way. And as you can see, the Eight of Pentacles is all about the art and craft of creating what you're working on, whether it be a project or anything that you're really, really putting all your attention on in your life. So looking at this, it just seems to me that what's happening right now, because most patriots, and we do feel that the red wave is much deeper and fuller than it's being revealed right now, that we do feel that there's been some shenanigans and malarkey going on. But I feel like this is like the divine purpose behind that, to helping us even further to flesh out a feeling that we need to be dependent on something other, outside of ourselves in a human way. And this reading seems to be guiding people to go in more into their own intuition, into their own inner guidance, and using, really turning to, because when I asked what's the most likely outcome of this situation, I got a very positive card. I got the Empress. The Empress is wonderful. It's, abundant, fertile, prosperous, balanced, in all ways, just like the best of the best. And also with the Mother Divine energy there. So I feel like it's a very positive outcome, that the potential for it is very positive. And then the advice card is ask for help from others. So that goes back to what I was seeing about, I really feel we need to ask for divine help, that we need to cultivate that more within ourselves, because it's all within us. And I love President Trump. I'm a huge fan of President Trump, and I always will be. But I feel like maybe if we've been dependent too much on saying, well, he's going to solve everything for us, this new earth is about us stepping into our power, about us really not leaning, whether it was out of ignorance or lack of education or miseducation or misinformation, or sometimes even just like apathy or laziness, leaning on other things other than the powerful gifts that we have inside, that we've always had, that maybe have been ignored a bit and need to be developed more. So that's what I wanted to share. And great. Let me just zoom in here. This is the potential outcome. Empress, very good. Okay, thank you. God bless.